During our investigation into the Trump inauguration protests, one of our journalists set up a meeting with Ryan Clayton of Americans Take Action.
Let me give you like an example scenario.
Okay.
Right. So, say Mr. Simon gives us $50,000. Mm-hmm. What we do is hire a bunch of volunteer organizers. They recruit a bunch of volunteers. We have a lot of people we talk to about the electoral college stuff. Right? They come to town. They get on the bus. They come here, and then 10 of those people decide part of what they want to do is go and shut down a bridge leading into the city, because that'll keep people from coming in to Washington, D.C. on the day of the event. Right? Is that something you guys would be comfortable in funding?
Have you been able to successfully do stuff like that before?
I mean, not a bridge, but definitely locations.
But like I said, we're not the idea people, so I don't think we're not going to suggest anything, and we're not going to come forward. I think we would just, nod our heads to whatever you plan to do. So is there a line for you, or are you willing to kind of go all in? Yeah. Are you trying to get me to say we want to help, we want to fund you guys shutting down a bridge? We keep asking that. And like I said, we're not suggesting anything. We just want to, help move along what other people are planning or want to do.
In every investigation, there is the chance that we can be compromised. And by the end of this meeting, it was obvious that we had been set up by Clayton.
Can you please keep your hands really confused?
I
would keep your hands really confused.
I'm going to be leaving.
In our push for the truth, we made a few enemies who don't appreciate us uncovering their lies. Last October, we caught Bob Creamer from Democracy Partners and his fellow colleagues admitting to inciting violence at Trump rallies. And they must still be bitter about it, because when our journalist walked out of the meeting with Clayton, Lauren Windsor, a Democracy Partners associate, was waiting.
Hey, Angela! Right? Angela, or is it Allison? Brand. You work for James O'Keefe, right? Have you been to the Rape Barn too? Are you hooking up with him? Is he your boyfriend? Is James your boyfriend?
What you're about to see is frightening, abusive, and totally without provocation. Ryan Clayton and Lauren Windsor and several cohorts proceed to scream sexual allegations and generally verbally assault our young female reporter for 20 minutes, following her down the streets in Washington, D.C.
Let me ask you a question. What does it feel like to work for a convicted criminal, a liar, and an alleged molester? Bozos! What does that feel like? Is it a good job? I just want to know, what's it like to work for a liar, a convicted criminal, and an alleged molester, James O'Keefe? What is that like? Is it good when you go home for the holidays? You're like, hey, Mom and Dad, I work for an alleged sex molester. Is that fun?
At one point, Clayton followed her into a cab, uninvited, after the young female reporter continuously asked to be left alone.
I'm being ambushed.
Is this one for you? Oh, hey.
I'm good.
Hi, can I please get in? Oh, do not get in this taxi. I am literally being attacked right now. There are so many people with cameras following me, and they're got in my taxi.
Do you think it's a Christian thing to do? To lie about who you are? I told you who I actually am and what I actually do.
They're getting in the taxi with me. I can't.
Have you or any of your coworkers ever been sexually molested by James O'Keefe? Has that ever happened? Do you know of that happening? What do you think about working for an alleged serial molester?
Bear in mind, as you watch this, the only thing our reporter did is show up to that dinner and ask questions, which is the job of an investigative reporter.
Bitch. Hey, give me a second. Hey, I just want to say one thing to the person on the phone.
Can you please move
Bob
out of
Kramer
my way?
sends his regards.
Thank you.
Bob sends his regards.
Hey, but you know what? You're the bad guy.
Excuse me.
You're the bad guy.
You've been creamed!
And then, last night, Ryan Clayton's anger and irrational behavior reared its ugly head again.
James O'Keefe, it's a secret that he does things deceptively.
This man out.
All the girls know about the
It's all right. It's all right.
And allegations
It's okay.
sexually. Best not to tell them about your naughty and
As you can see, Ryan Clayton, a friend of Bob Creamer, interrupted my talk at a private invitation-only event, screaming on the mic and pushing people around attempting to, as they say, bird dog me or cause havoc. Clayton was ejected from the restaurant and the police were called. I confronted him outside as he was surrounded by NYPD about the ridiculous and libelous allegations. Violence, agitation, aggression, these people are unhinged and dangerous. Are you Ryan Clayton?
Are we still meeting, James? Remember you called me and you said you wanted to meet.
I'm not gonna shake your hand.
Do you want to have a conversation now?
So I'm giving this speech and I say I'm going to go downstairs to actually ask Clayton a question, walk downstairs, walk out on the streets of New York, find Clayton standing there. He looks fine, looked like he didn't have a problem. I asked him, why are you throwing these spurious, ridiculous allegations at me? And then the next day, online, these images pop up of him in a brace. Well, we hope Clayton gets better. So what is this all about? What is happening here? What you have is a group of people, Ryan Clayton, Lauren Windsor, others, who are trying to disrupt us, who are trying to wreak havoc upon Project Veritas, intimidate us, frighten these people at this private event, which, by the way, these people have a First Amendment right to have a private event. Veritas embeds people. We don't disrupt people. We don't create violent situations. We don't physically get in people's faces and grab microphones away from people in an aggressive way. You have here is an attempt to brand us and create a false media narrative in order to stop us. Veritas doesn't want to stop people. We want to show people for what they are. We want everyone to see what's going on. These attempts to stop us and to stop anyone are not going to work because we have the video and we have more videos. So Ryan Clayton, give it your best shot, buddy.